Well, I think it was great to finally get to put the uniforms on, and it seems a long time ago in early June when this whole group got together for summer school to now. And so to finally put the uniforms on, get to see some of the new guys in a true live situation, and play against somebody else, and you know, a team that had already played 3 games and has 8 seniors and play hard. I think that's a great, what you want out of an exhibition game. You had to fight, you had to dig down, and again, yet you were able to pull away. I think we went on a 25-8 run, and so I think our guys saw, you know, when you look at the minutes, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 guys play double-figure minutes. That's going to be our MO. We're going to try to wear you down as the game goes, and it may not always go our way, but we're going to keep just going at you defensively until we can finally try to break your will, and we finally broke their will, and so I thought it was a fun way to get it started.
Coach, it seems like when you turn up the pressure about midway through the second half, good results started happening for you guys. Is that?
Well, and you know, I think, again, and it's what you're trying to get these guys to understand. I think they called a lot of fouls early, and so our guys started kind of backing up like they're going to call all this. And then when we came out in the second half and just got really aggressive, and then it changed the game completely. So it's how we want to play. We're going to pick you up full court, man-to-man, for 40 minutes and see how it goes.
Do you have any concern about allowing 78 points today?
Well, again, I go back to my teams. I never so much worry about, at the end, what the other team has, because we're going to shoot it. So I think there's that old thing of, because again, with 5 minutes to go when we got up 12, I could have said, well, now wait, let's don't go fast. I'm not going to play that way. So again, would I have rather given up 60? Yeah. But at the end of the game, what I look at is in the second half, they shot 39%. So we can't give up 53 in the first half. So that's more what I look at, the defensive part. The second half is what we should be every game.
Dixon, 34 points, 10 rebounds, only having 1 turnover for himself in 26 minutes. Good opening impression for the sophomore.
Well, and I think if you would check, the least amount of minutes he's ever played in the game. And so he was able to play harder and be productive, not take, you know, took good shots, got fouled, and guys found him. And one thing he and I have talked a lot about is there won't be, because we've got a lot of guys that can score this year. So, you know, the ball's going to move, and he started off the game with a great pass. And so I think you can be that productive and not have to play 38 minutes, not have to take 28 shots. And, you know, I think when I look at it, I only look at percentages. That's a good percentage today for him.
Coach, can you assess the point guard performance from your 2 freshmen?
Well, I think, one, we've got 3 point guards. We've got Marcus, we've got Godwin, we've got Tarkus. And again, that's the kind of teams I like to have where there really isn't any weakness on any ball handler. But again, I think we're going to get to the point where, you know, Marcus comes out, Godwin comes in. If you're the other team's point guard, you might think, now they're not going to pick me up. Now they're going to let me. No, those 2 are going to get after people for 40 minutes. And I thought both of them from a week ago really grew up and made some really good plays.
KJ seemed to do the little things all game. Perfect blue guy to complement Dikembe. Can you speak a little to how he performed today?
Well, I thought KJ was on the boards. Defensively, he was really active. He just missed a couple balls when we were in the trap, and he went for the steal that he'll eventually make. And you know, KJ has a great feel for the game. He understands the game. He sees the game, and there's no question he's a guy that, as he just gets more and more comfortable, then that offensive weapon is just going to get bigger and bigger because he can really shoot the three and didn't shoot many of them today.
Odiasi fouled out today. What sort of teaching moments can you take out of this game plan?
Well, like the last one he got, he should have just went for the block. Don't try to take a charge at that point in the game because you're going to get the block at that point in the game. And that's what I told him when he came out was just go ahead and try to block it. And again, he got a couple fouls, I thought, in the first half just because he's bigger and more athletic and they called him. But you know, again, they went zone, and so it kind of created where there wasn't a lot of opportunities for him because I think the first 4 possessions of the game we score on dunks, and they went zone the rest of the game, which was a good thing for us to see. And so we really didn't get to run any man-to-man offense the whole night, and yet we were able to score 95 points. And so as I told someone sitting on the bench a year ago, we couldn't score 95 points if nobody was out there. So I think, you know, there's so many things we can get better at, but I like their mentality. I like what they're when they get it figured out, we're going to play at a pace that people just can't deal with.
Coach, the biggest difference from last year to this year?
Well, just the fact that when we bring guys in off the bench, we're bringing guys that are starters. We're not bringing guys that, well, I just couldn't start him. Dominic Matthews is a starter. You know, anybody. Clint could be a starter. Kyle Geis could be a starter. So we've got now depth of 10 to 11 guys. Lance Whitaker was a starter and played 36 minutes a game last year. And he's coming off the bench right now. So I think our strength is our numbers, and that's what it's got to become. You know, my teams, as we built programs, it becomes about the numbers. And can you just keep coming at people where they can't find a weakness?
Kind of piggybacking off of your point from a few points ago about just the length and the blocking. You guys went 6-1 in terms of blocking tonight against Judson. The length of this team, really impressive, I think, in the first showing.
Well, and I think it'll get better because right now we're still learning, and yet, you know, I think when you look out there, and we went zone a couple possessions, I probably could have stayed in it more, and that's a long zone when you're looking at it and thinking, ooh, can I lob it over him? I don't know. So again, I think, you know, our link's going to be a big factor for us.
One more for Coach. You guys good? All right, thanks.
Appreciate you being here, guys.
Bring a couple of the guys up for you.
Thank you.